The Digico Quantum 852. It's the first one ever installed in a church around the world, and we got a chance to see it in person at the First Baptist Church, Jonesboro, Georgia, where we got a chance to tour the facility and check out the technology that they're using at this particular campus and why they're using it. We even got a chance to talk to Megan at Monitor World, and she's doing big things at this church. Wait till you hear her story on how she started in audio. So sit back, relax, and watch this video. Make sure I'm not sweaty. No, like it's, come on baby, stabilize. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our new series on this YouTube channel. It's called Tech Tours, as you know. And if you don't know and you're new here, my name is Byron, and I take you around and I show you all things audio on this channel. So please, if you do see this video and you come across, subscribe, share, give a like, add a comment. We'd love to hear from what you have to say. Today is a very special day because, as you can see behind me, or maybe you can't, we are standing in front of a beautiful Digico Quantum 852, okay? And this is actually the first church to have this console anywhere in the world. Isn't that right, Tom?
That is right. That's right.
Anywhere in the world. The first permanent install of Digico 852, and we have it on our channel. Tom, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
We are at Jonesboro, First Baptist Church, Jonesboro. Did I say that correctly?
That's correct.
Perfect. Tom is the lead audio guy here, and he does many other things, obviously. He'll introduce himself to us. But Tom, thank you so much for doing this, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you taking your time. I know that there's a rehearsal happening right now, and there's a little bit of a break, so we're trying to get this in before the choir comes back. And so, Tom, my first question is how? Like, how does something like this happen? Like, what was here before? How did this end up getting into this church?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
One thing I'll tell you is a long time prayer, that's for sure. It was a much needed thing for us, the way we're handling worship on Sundays. Mm-hmm. Before this, we had SD10s, both here and monitors, and SD10s, they handled from what they can, input count wise and processing wise, and they're great. They still a great console. But as we're expanding orchestra, expanding choir, and then some of our worship style, the way we're doing it between the contemporary versus the traditional, we don't have two separate services, so they both one service. So both traditional contemporary happens together. Song selections is all over the map. It's not just one library selection. Yeah. So because of that, there's some of the processing, some of the approach, and some of the thinking. We needed something that has more horsepower and then fast and workflow wise. So that's how we landed here. The conversation started actually like 3 years ago, where we needed it, and then and it has been continuing going on, talking about it. Yeah. And then this year, finally, we made it happen. So leadership is very supportive in the way, technology-wise, what it can do throughout worship or on our campus. Yes. It's just a part of our resource, to get the gospel out, basically. Yeah.
And with the change of the consoles, the PA remained the same, right?
Correct.
So what PA is in this sanctuary?
We have a DMB, so we have Y12s and a Y8 combination on the line array. So 10 aside. And then you got B22s in the middle, right behind the cross. So that's 7 of them up there. So it's just they're set up in the front end, fire kind of set up. And then you've got on the side fills the A24s. Nice. S24s, A24s, one of them. Nice. So we got those on the side, and then in the back under the balcony, you've got the
so there's a balcony up here behind the camera.
Above us there's a balcony, the same thing. There's the S24s that we got, and then below here you've got some fills as well. That it does under the balcony. So it's just the room is kind of weird. It was not built for what we're doing currently. So some of the acoustic, some of the layout, the design, there's challenge to it. You can kind of tell, like the balcony, it doesn't go further back and slope. It's just slopes and then flat.
Yes, so I do see that.
We kind of underneath before that slope goes flat. So you kind of walk around and listen to, also make sure the room is getting the same response.
Nice. So Tom, I know that we're in the middle of rehearsals. I know we're probably going to get interrupted at some point. But do you mind kind of just walking us through your basic layout of how you have things going? So guys, let's go see what how Tom is using this 852, and I hope you get inspired by this because I am already. All right, so Tom, kind of take us through your workflow, kind of how you're using this console. I'm curious to see.
So on the left side, we got all instruments, so all band, orchestra mics, and everything else, and then any kind of return processing kind of thing is set up on this side. So I'll start from here and kind of move this way.
Okay.
So on the first layer, you got all just individual drums. And then on the second layer, you got all rhythm sections. So bass, guitar. Right now for this setup, orchestra is just a little different. So you got like the bass dirty, kind of double patched. And then electric guitars. We stereo 2 of them that we have, an acoustic guitar. And then B3, we have a Hammond B3 with the Leslie and the ISO cabinet backstage. And then you've got upright piano. So that is anytime we have orchestra on the stage, piano, there's a piano player playing. And then you got keys station. So there's keys 1, keys 2. So from keys, we get just a dry piano. And then you get the pad also in separate channel. That also comes from here. And then tracks. So you've got a total of 8 channels. It's a total of 16 mono channels, but stereo that comes out of the tracks system.
Okay.
We use digital performer for tracks playback.
Okay.
So they're all here. And then one thing that makes it a little different for us is that in the click side, there's a click that everybody hears, but on the guide, it's 2 different sets of guides. So we got band guide and orchestra guide. So they have a different measure numbers that they hear certain instructions when they play. So that's set up, and then time code, obviously, whenever we have something we need it for.
Yeah.
And then you got.
I want to cut you off for a second there, real quick. So those of you who know the Digico workflow on most of their consoles, these are actually buttons, hardware buttons, and now it's actually an LED screen. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the response side of it is really great.
Yeah.
Right? It's just part of me, I don't miss the buttons, at least on this side, and it works as great as what the button does, which is awesome. And then you've got the next page, you got orchestra.
Okay.
So what you're seeing is a multi-group of the instruments. So you've got a violin. It says violin, but it's all the front violins that we have, and cello. We have up to 3-4 cellos on the stage. And then you've got brass section, and you got woodwind, and then you got percussion, which is the timpani. There's 3 timpanis.
On stage left over there? Yeah. Oh, well, stage right.
Yeah, so you got 3 timpanis. They're all mic'd with the larger diaphragm mics. And then you've got percussion, which is what we call the toys. And then there's a bass drum also over there where they do use it whenever they do orchestra pieces.
Okay.
So that's what we got. And there's a line ready to go for chimes. So sometimes they bring an actual chime on the stage. So that's part of it there. So that's what we got on the orchestra. And then in the next page, you got grand piano and organ. So basically, if the upright piano turns into, we have a Steinway grand piano side stage.
Okay.
We don't often use it on Sundays just because of the space. It's a 9-footer piano.
Oh,
so
wow.
It takes a lot of space.
Yeah.
So for that reason, we use the upright. But whenever we want to bring the grand piano on the stage, I have a channel is ready to go for it with the processing for the grand piano, and then we just change the patch. So it doesn't take a different processing what the upright does, which is electric piano. So that's that part of it is with this console. That's what we're able to do, just to get the channels ready, and it's just a easy, flexible kind of setup.
Makes sense.
And then we have an organ. So there is a pipe organ. It is not a digital organ. There is some sort of digital part of it, but it's actually 90% of it is all acoustic organ.
Okay.
So you hear when they play and you hear part of it, it doesn't stick out. It's just the way their orchestra is laid out. But so there is a total of 3,000 pipes. So from what you see from the house, and then from behind it, there's chambers. So
I don't know if you guys can see it. If you look behind the projector screens over there, you can see the pipes for the organs sticking out there. Incredible.
Yeah, so you got those pipes. So behind it, there's actually a chamber. And then within those chambers, there's 4 AKG 414 mics set up. So technically, it's 2 chambers, but they break in half. So one side has one AKG 414 set up, an Omni, and then the other one has an Omni. So there's total 4 of them.
Wow.
So they're all panned in such a way to make it work. We don't actually use those really for the house. We use it for online. So basically, within the matrix that Digico lets us kind of manipulate in the best way, we're able to get that online and kind of crank it up.
Dial it up
for
high,
that.
right?
But in
Okay.
the house is very, very minimum of just to get a little bit of top end because of the screen mutes it a little bit.
I
so
see.
to just compensate that, that's how we're treating it.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's what you got there. I mean, this layer is basically, we'll go in depth in here.
Okay.
It's the returns, is what I call them. So basically, there's a kick mono channel, snare mono channel, and you may have seen this before. Some people setting it up this way. You got toms and metals, and the metals, basically this is drums cage.
Yep.
And then you've got bass guitar, guitars, keys, and the tracks and strings. Basically, it's all the returns of the groups is what you're seeing here. So it's just, I have them here for a quick grab if I need them.
Yeah.
But honestly, I live on the middle section here.
Okay.
So that stuff's there. And then in the second layer is when maybe...
So there are way more layers. Well, basically,
Yeah.
you can access layers faster because the screen size is much bigger
Correct.
than what you would on a
So you have 6 layers with 6 banks within a layer.
Nice.
So you can put however many you want. So I'm not using all of them, but on this side I am using a little bit more than the center or the right side. And the second layer we have drum processing. So all of the drums. So in the main layer that we have the kick in, kick out, they go into a mono kick group.
Okay.
And then from there, the mono kick group goes into, and it returns back as an input to a mono kick channel. The same thing for the snare, same processing, but different group channel. And then for the toms, it goes into stereo group. From stereo group, it goes into stereo. It returns back to stereo channel. And then the metals, the same thing, goes to stereo channel, and it returns back to stereo channel, goes to group and then channel. And then from those guys, basically the kick, snare, and toms are going into what we call good and bad cop. Basically, it's a drum parallel compression.
Nice.
So
which one's the good cop and which one's the bad cop?
So the good cop is basically doesn't compress anything.
Okay.
But the bad cop, it really smashes the drum.
Okay.
So it's really crushed, kind of.
That's an interesting terminology.
Yeah. So basically, that's what you have it in there, and then those 2 groups goes into an all drums group.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
all drums right there.
Yeah. So that all drums group basically is being controlled by the control group, which is DCA or VCA, whatever consoles they call them.
So these are your control groups.
Correct.
Oh, here, and this is where you said you live most of the time when you're mixing?
Most of the time I live in there, and then individual solo things that needs in, things like that, I grab it from the first layer.
Yep.
And then that's how I'm handling it.
Beautiful. Okay.
So in that second layer, you got that for the drums. The drums are a little bit more of in depth. And then for the guitars, the same thing. They go into a stereo group, and then from there, they return to a channel. And then I have all bass and then all guitars group as a final thing before they hit the master band.
Okay.
So basically, all the bands, they end up by having a group called all. So that will have, and that's what's landing into your master band.
Okay.
So
that's a lot of grouping and grouping.
Yeah.
So there's compensation happening within the console?
Yep, correct. Well, the console doesn't do the compensation for you, so it's just how you route the things as a compensation, as the thinking through, if that makes sense.
Nice.
So, yeah, you do have to think about latency when you do deal with digital stuff these days, but also with this console, specifically Digico consoles, you have to keep in mind your routings. There's delay compensations, ins, out, especially NADI and the opticore, and also when you go 96, there's also more latency to it. So things like that are just to keep in mind. And also waves are involved as well, so you got to keep that in mind.
There's waves right over here.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, and the input channels actually don't get processed in waves at all.
Okay.
So what gets processed in waves is literally your groups. So the kick group, the snare group, the toms group, and the metal groups, those are the only thing processed in waves from the drum side. And then the all drums and basically the good, bad cop also is processed in there. And then the all drums is processed in there, but it's just dynamic, control, nothing too...
Just touching it a little bit, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So the beauty of it is that the way you, depending on how everybody does it, it's such a subjective world, how you do this thing. So, but the nice thing about it is that if waves does go down, which we have a redundancy set up, so with the engine A, engine B, so they both have their own server and they both have their own waves computer. So we have that, but if wave does go down, either way, you will hear a little bit of top end, just like a little icing, if you would say, in the cake, kind of losing, but you don't lose your foundation of the whole mix. And that's how we set it up. So that we did all the mixing on this first, and then we brought that thing at last
as a final touch up. Yeah, awesome,
but
awesome.
That doesn't do a whole lot of things going on there. So that's what's going on this, and then basically the control groups are controlling your all. The end of before it gets to the band side.
I'm curious to see what's on your right bank.
So on the right side, you've got.
Skip over to you on this side. Okay.
So on the right side, you got frontline. So it's set up for all the frontline singers that we have on the weekend.
So most of your wireless mics and all that good stuff.
Correct. So you have that there, and then on the next page you have FX. So I have reverb, we call it long, and then reverb short, and then you got delay short, and then long delay reverb.
Okay.
So they're being fed by two identical auxes, if you would say, but each of them are getting a separate processing of FX. So there's a long short, and then a short and long delay kind of setup. So it works pretty well for the room, but we don't use it much because we have choir mics, orchestra mics. There's a lot of open mics happens. So whenever, especially if the choir mics gets involved, you actually start hearing a lot of the room noise and a lot of just everything that's happening on the stage, even the vocals. So really the reverb mainly at times is meant to be for our online listeners.
Okay.
So even for them, at times it becomes too much. So those are the things that we'll always play around with to see where it needs to sit.
Yeah.
So we have that in place to kind of deal it that way. So that with the vocals on this side, we deal with the front line, and then we deal with the BGVs a little bit differently. So if somebody within the front line is leading a song, their channel gets muted here, and then they get patched in a separate channel. So that way they get a different treatment during that point.
Right. So that's pretty cool.
Basically, we leave their processing for the BGV singer the same. That doesn't get touched, at least for that day. So I don't know if that makes sense or not.
It does.
But
it does. It does.
So that's how we kind of treating it that way. And then choir mics. So we have AKG 414s involved on the stage.
And that's upstage?
Yep. So they're in the middle,
actually. Get a shot of the choir.
And then we have Neumann KM184s. We have them on it, the pencils. Beautiful. So we got 8 of them up there, and then AKG 414s are in the middle, set with mid-side kind of setup. So that's what's kind of what the choir we're treating you with. And then, so all of those come back in here, and we also have the first generation choir flex down here.
Okay.
So that also does some of the heavy lifting for the choir for us to give us a little bit more headroom on that spectrum. So what the choir mic comes in, and that all gets processed, and then you can kind of see the choir process here. So I'm jumping around between the pages here, but there is all the pencils here.
Okay.
So the pencil mics don't have any AKG 414 below them, or pan hard left and right, but the ones that does have AKG 414 in the middle, below them, they're set center. So
I see. Okay.
And the 414s basically they're double patch. So there's one. This is one 414, and then 2 and 3 and 4. So the way it goes is that you basically double patch it, phase invert it, right, and then you pan it hard and left and right. So that's how those guys are set up with the pencil to kind of give you. So we don't use it often. Well, not often, but we don't use it all the time. Choir features like this, or choir songs that start soft and kind of it needs some kind of depth and things like that. We start with that way, and then we bring it in, and then we take it back out, and then we leave the pencil. And at that point, when everybody plays, it's just noise.
Right.
So it's not a lot of open mic. So we try to eliminate that as much as possible there. So that's at least the approach on the choir mic side. And then from there, kids and students. So at times we have kids and students, their channels are already ready to go. So we have that also set up there to handle it that way. And then program RFs. So all the pastors MC, things like that. Their microphones are here as well. And then BGM and then graphics computers that has video coming in. They're all in here.
Yeah.
And then the pastor's mic. So on the master pages here, I've got our worship pastor. He's always there for me.
Okay, that's a great idea.
And then our senior pastor, he's always there on
Okay.
that mic. And then on the other master, I have crowd, so the online.
Okay.
So we kind of EQ'd it, and however processing goes for it, it got done. So based on the level, I don't actually take the crowd mic completely out. So there's some left in it. So I write that during in between the songs. You don't hear it in the room, but online they hear all the response.
Right.
And then next to it, you got PA. So
there's your main.
yeah. So that basically controls the matrix that out to the amps. So if I need some more room, rather than like if the fader resolution, so you have them at unity, you're keeping it on that spectrum. And so once you leave it there, if you need just the overall volume to come down, it's just basically it's my volume control.
Yeah.
And I just bring that down a little bit, or if that needs to come up, then that comes up.
So quick segue. Let's talk about your monitoring levels. You can come swing over on this side real quick. So this makes all the sense in the world. So you're doing front of house, and you're doing broadcast from this console at the same time, right? I can see that you're monitoring through Smart here for the room, just to make sure your levels are good, your phases align and all that stuff, and your EQ is looking good. And you also have the TC Electronics to make sure that your levels are good in stream as well?
On. Correct.
Okay.
So that all comes out digitally AES, and that's what is hitting that. And then also video also gets it digitally out there. So it's just basically I'm seeing exactly what Video World is getting fit to send into the world.
And I also see that you have a wireless workbench here at front of house too.
Yes.
So does Monitors have a copy of this?
Yeah, it doesn't have a copy of that.
Okay.
And then within this, we can also monitor PA-wise. So
oh, look at that. Okay.
So usually on Sunday, that's what it looks like. But we can also see the volume as much as how much is getting into the PA, and if we need to watch out, things like that.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives us a little overview of it.
Beautiful. You have and I saw this in another church. I think it was Revolution Church. This on our channel as well. They had the Nikias, a similar pad.
The MIDI control.
Are you using that for anything?
I do not as often. So sometimes for sermon illustration. The last time we used it was for sermon illustration. So our pastor, executive pastor, was preaching on that day. So he asked if we could do some sort of the sermon was distraction. So technology and family kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he had a bunch of text tones and like Teams chat and things like that. So we kind of made it where it's interactive, so where he actually gets a phone ring, and then he picks it up and we stop it, and then he talks, puts it down, and then he gets a lot of text messages, bing, 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 while he's talking.
Nice.
That actually kind of worked, because a lot of people afterwards when we talked to them, it drove them nuts, and that was the whole
point.
So we had that on there. We're just kind of playing with it. It was pretty cool. But that's what we had it. But usually that actually sits with our tracks computer across the street for students when they are triggering tracks. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Tom, thanks so much for the tour, man. I think we're going to take a walk over to Monitor World real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap it up with you.
You got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to be as quiet as we can because we're at Monitor World right now. There's rehearsals happening. They're making announcements, and we're going to try to do this interview without interrupting the choir. So here at Monitor World, we have the fantastic, the incredible, the lovely Megan. It's so good to meet you, Megan.
Likewise.
I'm so happy that you're doing this. And it's great to see a young lady doing big things in the church world and at the most difficult, in my opinion, position in audio, which is my favorite as well. I love Monitor World. She is obviously on a beautiful Digico Quantum 338, and she'll kind of take us through her workflow. But first, I want to introduce you guys to Megan. Megan, what's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Great.
It's so good to have you on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
First things first, where can people find you? Do you have an online presence? Are you on Instagram? Where can people follow your journey?
I am on Facebook. That's usually the only thing I use. People are more than welcome to follow me or send me a friend request. It's always welcome and available, but that's usually where I spend most of my time also.
Nice. So let's take it back to the beginning a little bit. How long have you been doing audio, and how long have you been at this church?
Yeah, so I'll start off with how long I've been at the church. So
Okay.
we came here from Dominican Republic, and we started going to the Spanish congregation of this church, and so that is located in Riverdale, Georgia, because this church has different language ministries.
Oh, okay.
So we all meet on a different campus every Sunday morning. So we have about 6 languages going on at the same time, and so I was there, and then just how the Lord writes your story. And I ended up here in January of this year was when I started.
This year?
Yes.
Wow, interesting. So were you doing audio at the other campus as well?
I was doing like media things, not too much with audio, mostly visuals, live streaming, those kinds of things. I went to school for marketing and for graphic design, so that's my background. So audio caught me completely.
So they got you the pretty console that you can look at, right? So you can so you can see what you're doing.
This is nice, yeah. We're a little spoiled. This is an answered prayer.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Have you interfaced with so what's your journey? What has been your journey with audio before this year? Were you doing anything at all in audio? Any post production? Nothing.
No, I did a little bit of editing, but it was more so just dabbling, or if I needed to step in and fill that role, then I would of course do that. And the Lord in all His goodness would just equip us in ways, and I feel like that's the only way I can explain my audio journey. It's literally just God, because I had no interest, not in a bad way. I didn't know, no interest, and just being here and being under Tom, and just all of the culture of we're learning, we're going to be better together, and just having that kingdom mindset really, I think, puts you in a.
You're good.
Okay. I was like, really,
you're fine.
It really puts you in a position that you are vulnerable and you want to learn, and so it's just a really safe environment to do that, and it's been great. I would have never thought I would enjoy audio as much as I do.
Right. And like you said, you have a great team that's here to help lift you up, and you rise together and you fall together, and you learn from there. But this is such a critical position for audio and production, right? How have you found yourself settling in to this role specifically?
Well, I learned monitors not just with this console, but with our older console, and it was really more so just taking your time and understanding the purpose, like the why behind monitors. Coming from my other church, we didn't have monitors, and so then stepping into here, we rely on it so heavily. And I didn't really understand why. So I think taking your time with understanding like what it is that you're doing over here and how essential and how integral it is, and I think that has been one of like the biggest like, realizations, I guess.
So before I ask you to take us through kind of like your layout and kind of what you do on your console, and if you need to do anything or fix anything, you could please feel free to do what you need to do. What is your advice for young, not only women, but young men and women who want to get into production and audio, just like you? what would you say? I mean, your path is very unique.
It is,
but what word of advice, one word of advice you'd have for anybody out there who's trying to get into audio?
Trying to get into it? Well, I think first and foremost, I didn't know that audio was even a thing. So I think first and foremost is just opening up yourself to the possibility of, because I was really intimidated by audio, and then I was opened up to it, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. There's so many things. But I would say one of the biggest things is to just allow yourself to always be moldable. We don't know everything. Even if you feel like you know everything, you don't. And you're going to stumble, and you're going to fall, and it's going to hurt. But ultimately, we just keep on. Keep on and stay dedicated, and really just realize also your why, behind it too, and realize like, okay, like I really love audio because of this reason. I think that will help you carry on, because you will stumble, you will fall, but
of course
we just need to carry on. And I think there's not a lot of even on the media team here, there's not a lot of women, so it's just cool to just kind of like break barriers, and
absolutely, I agree.
Get into really cool spaces that maybe people don't normally see you in, and have like different conversations and stuff. And it's cool because the other young ladies on the team or other volunteers, they see women in these really cool key positions, and they're intrigued by that, and they want to know more. And we're always for that, of course.
All right, Megan, you're going to take us through kind of like your workflow on your beautiful console here, but I have a question before we do that.
Yes.
What are you using for your in-ears? Are you using PSM 1000s?
Am I using what?
PSM 1000s
Yeah.
for your ears? And how many packs do you have, and how many people usually get packs on a Sunday to Sunday basis?
Oh, Sunday to Sunday, we on packs 10.
Okay. And where
10, sorry, no wait. 10 on mics on packs, but then we have bands. So we have guitar, we have electric guitar, 1 and 2, we have bass, acoustic guitar, drums, upright piano, and our director as well. And yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was what, 7? Yeah, 7.
And where does the rack live for your in-ears? Is it somewhere a place where we can't see? Because I see you have a little closet here, but I don't think they're in there.
No,
are
we
they?
keep, don't tell anybody, we keep our tape in here.
Oh, I
Gaff
thought you were
tape
going to
is
say
in
snacks.
No, we keep our gaff tape in here.
Oh, that's a plethora.
No, all of our racks live in the back, which I can actually take you to the
Yeah,
console.
let's go. We're going to take a quick little walk and see
Oh, is
where
this
the
the-
racks are. You can just
go
go
up
under
here?
limbo. There you go. I'll do the same. Make sure this light doesn't fall.
But wait, there's more.
All right, sneak peek, guys. I didn't know we were gonna do this, but this is what it is. Oh, look at this. All
well,
right,
this-
mic station.
Yes, this is our mic station. So
Nice.
here we have, hold on guys, this is live.
That's giving you a camera feed, I assume?
So no, so this we have our slots for all of our RFs.
You gotta
So-
see this, guys. This
Yeah.
is I've never seen this before. This is
So
incredible.
ideally, their mic is also here, their pack, and then their in-ears, and if they have earbuds as well. So
Yep.
we have some on hand that we have that we keep here, but some people have their very own.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep that here as well. And then every week, I just make sure to change the pictures out and just
Yeah.
ensure that the mics are labeled correctly with appropriate singers, because it's altos, sopranos, tenors, bass.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
this is great.
This we just got built. Well, this we had, but this case we just got built. There's a ministry at the church. It's a group of older gentlemen. They're called the James Gang.
Okay.
And they go around building things for people in the community, wheelchair ramps, new doors.
Wow.
And we literally told them about this, and they built this, guys. I kid you not, in about 6 hours, maybe.
What?
Yes, it's very
That's
cool. This is Tom's
incredible.
vision.
This is
But-
nice.
This is
Look
how
at
it goes. That way,
1.5.
there's no dust on it.
Yep.
It gives us a peace of mind as well, so it's not exposed.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Man.
And it locks, and then you just pop it open.
This is great.
I know, it's very cool.
This is nice.
Very, very cool. And that's actually the MacBook that is powering this.
Okay.
It's like first generation MacBook.
Hey, it still
She's
works,
working
right?
great. Yeah, you can. We remote in using Splash Top, and then are able to do everything else we have here.
Nice.
But the racks are this way. Watch your step.
This is great.
Yes.
Okay.
This
Media
is-
room.
This is our preamp room.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
temperature
Okay.
change
Okay.
and everything.
Okay.
Gotta
So here
keep
are the
everything
SD
happy.
racks. I do feel the temperature difference in here.
Yeah, look, you're
okay.
right under the.
Yeah. Here's the AC. Keeps all the racks cool. So here are your SD racks, and you said you were here since the beginning of this year, right?
Since January, yes.
So do you remember which rack was here before the other ones came in?
I do not remember.
Okay.
No, because I wasn't really involved in that much of the audio world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Gotcha.
Tom could definitely answer that
Let's
question.
take a sneak peek at the back
Yeah,
and
of
see what the
course.
patch situation looks like. As you can see, it's obviously a permanent install, and everything is already patched. It's talking over opticore fiber right here. And there's the other one, A to B, A to B. You already know if you know how fiber works. If not, we'll have to do a different video for that. I can't explain all that to you right now. But yeah, there is 4 SD racks for, I don't know how many channels that is. Do the math. Nice. Okay. And then obviously your wireless is here.
Yes.
Your ULXDs are here. They're all 4-channel right here. And these are the SLXDs. What are you using these for? Not sure. We'll find out. And then
Everything here has a purpose.
some
that's
more,
for sure.
some more single channel Shure microphone receivers there as well. And there are your PSM 900s in there. And then this is an antenna combiner. And then another pair. So you're not using these ones, are you?
Not those bottom ones.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, guys. Nice. I like it in here. It's cold. I like it.
Yeah, I love it too. And it's something.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. And you have a comm pack in here as well?
Yeah,
just in case you need to communicate to somebody about what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Are y'all hiring?
Tom thinks of everything.
Are y'all hiring? I'm just kidding.
And a common theme here is the LED lights. That
Yes.
is, Tom loves LED lights.
Beautiful.
That is for sure. And this right here is for orchestra.
Okay.
So it is fob locked.
Wow. Okay.
And then we unlock it for them, but they have somebody in charge of this part, but their mics right here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say we need to keep that LED
Look how we all want.
situation going.
There it is.
Nice.
So they're all labeled as well.
Wow.
Neat.
Orchestra packs. That's what it says right there.
Yes.
Boom. Man, this is great. All right.
And then here they have like what's it?
Like some generic
yeah, earbuds.
ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they come in and grab them.
So everybody is self-sufficient pretty much. Everybody knows where they need to go, what they need to pick up, and you just go.
Yeah.
So you don't overwhelm yourself.
Exactly. Especially on a Sunday morning, you have 8,000 million layers, things to think of. That just having really well-established systems really helps.
Yeah.
Everything just go a lot smoother for sure.
Wow. This is great.
Any other questions about this?
I'm just in love with this. I just want to take one more shot of this. This is so incredible. Like, what are you using to get this? Is it a specific software or is it just put something together?
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, but this looks good, man. If anybody knows, if you've seen this before anywhere else, let me know what this software is called. This is very well put together. Nice. I'm tempted to ask you what's in these
what's in here?
what's in these drawers, but we'll leave that for another episode.
Come back next week.
Nice. We're heading back to Monitor World. What do we have here?
These are
Okay, I see some maybe for monitors, stage monitors and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speakers, wedges.
Oh, so it makes sense because they're patched here, and that goes back into the
correct.
into the room.
Yeah.
It's a little dark, guys. I don't know if you can see. I guess you can. It's like a little split situation that's going down to the stage monitors that are on stage. There's an analog situation right here. Yeah. More LED.
Common theme.
Nice. Okay. So guys, this is the software that does the, if you saw the mic locker, this is called Mic Board. That's where you can put all the pictures and names and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever heard of it before. It's pretty dope.
we love shortcuts. And let's see.
There it is.
Yeah, it will start generating their images.
That's really cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, it is called Mic Board.
Mic Board.
Yes. The way we have it laid here, it's very similar to front of house.
Okay.
For our files, we name them the same thing. Again, consistency, best thing across the board. I don't want to load it. I was literally touching it right now. Sorry.
yeah, fine.
It's all the same essentially. But the way the board is laid out, in the middle we have all of our EMs, all of our mixes live in the middle. The first layer we have has all of our instrumentals, all of our band.
Okay. These are the ears, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so today looks a little different because of the event we have going on. But typically we have EG on here as well, etc. So every single instrument has their own mix on here.
Yeah.
And the next page is when we has all of our mic singers on that page. So
Nice.
we're able to put mics. We're able to actually fit 12 on one. So we always leave our worship leader in the very beginning.
Yep.
Just for easy, quick access. And then we're able to fit more mics as well on the second page, etc.
Yeah.
And then on the last one, we have all of our wedges mixed.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And a couple of reverbs on there too, right?
Yeah, well,
okay.
On this side, we have all of our instruments. So all of the mics on the instruments. We start off with drums. So we have picks. We have pick in, pick out.
Yep.
Snares. We sometimes use snare too. So we do have that here where we can just unfold it.
Yeah.
And it's here for us as well. And then hi-hats, toms, overheads, and then the master drum here. And then rhythm, which includes bass, EG, EG2, acoustic guitar, our B3 upright pianos. And then we have our master keys for keys and for rhythm as well, our master faders.
Okay.
Yeah. And then tracks as well, click, guide, synth, strings, and same concept for orchestra as well.
Yeah. And the reason why these faders are not up right now is because we're actually in someone's mix that doesn't need it, right?
Yes, right here right now. I could get us in piano, but our piano person right now, she only really requested piano. So everybody's different. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. But yes, typically on a Sunday morning, all of these faders will be up, down, and stuff. But we have, we come in, we already have mixes for everybody on that has a in-ear mix. They come beforehand. We take our time to go over songs on Sundays and really be intentional with what do you need, not what do you want.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes we think we know what we want, and what we really need is more kick, and what we really want is something completely different. It's more alto, and we don't.
Right.
So sometimes it's a trusting relationship between us and the musicians and everybody on mic as well. We develop a relationship with them outside of just this, so that when we ask them something or when we ask them to trust us, they do, and we're able, and it makes our jobs a lot easier as well on this end.
Nice. That's super simple, super straightforward. You know, you're not doing anything crazy, which is great. I see you have a program feed. Is that a program feed for camera?
This one
or is that an isolated camera just for you?
Correct. It's an isolated camera so that I can see organ.
Okay.
I can see the music director as well over here. So that way, because this drum kit blocks everything.
Right, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this, then I can at least communicate or be more aware of what's going on outside of it.
So with that being said, they don't have talkbacks to talk back to you?
They do have talkbacks as well.
Okay, but you want to have that visual as well, just in case they're not able to get to the talkback?
Okay. It's for us, monitors is not just this part, the mixing of it, but it's also anticipating needs on stage as well.
Right.
And just kind of being there. Sometimes people want to move things on their own, move mics and that kind of stuff, and sometimes the floor producer can't get there and stay, in time, and you have to kind of intercept and be aware of like why this mic is here, what's the purpose of this mic on stage. So there's a lot of layers to it that I'm learning for sure. It's not just this. There's a lot of more complexities to it.
That's pretty cool. As the choir is coming out, they have an event this evening, so they're just done with their rehearsals. So if you hear some background noise, that's what's happening. Last question for you, Megan. Your comm system is integrated really well, where anybody can talk to anybody across the entire sanctuary, right? Is it being fed into your ears as well, by chance?
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, that's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
And are you able? Is your talkback fed back into there as well, or no?
My talkback, no.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to use
My
your
intercom.
actual intercom to talk to anybody that's on the comm system.
Correct.
But it's more important for you to hear what's happening than to speak to them, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, actually, take that back. I had a major brain fart, friend.
Uh-oh.
Y'all,
Here we go.
this is live TV.
Hey,
Okay, this is live.
she's busy, so, we forgive
Our
her.
talkbacks, you hear them in our in-ears. I'm
Okay.
so sorry, guys. Yes.
You
But
do.
I control, so here we have macros that control that over
My
here.
favorite word. Okay.
I know. So you do hear them in here,
Okay.
but I can turn them on and off.
So you can isolate your own
here.
from there.
And it'll turn on and off for everybody.
Nice. Okay.
So you can do orchestra talkbacks, which
Yep.
include piano, which include organ, band talkbacks,
Yep.
acoustic guitar, electric guitar, drums, etc.
Yep.
Music director talkback.
I got it.
You got it.
I caught it.
Oh Lord.
I'm leaving that on tape too.
No, because what is happening?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What were we talking about?
Yeah, so you can
Talkbacks.
talkbacks.
Yes.
Yes, you can hear everybody in your mix, and we have macros here that allow us to control the talkbacks.
Yeah.
On stage.
Sweet. Megan, thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it. You're doing big things, and we hope to hear more from you. I'd love to come back and visit sometime soon, and maybe we'll get a proper in-depth tour of even the video production that happens.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff here on campus. You're more than welcome to come anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can't wait to see where God takes us in the next 6 months.
Let's go.